Woo! Buenos dias, my loves, mi amors. Buenos dias and morning mics brought to you by our amigos at Venbrook Insurance. We love them very much. They're very great people. I have to say that. It's Wednesday, October 1st. It's Rocktober already. Rocktoberfest. My birthday month. Kind of excited about that. I don't know why. I'm turning 54. That's a real thing. I have to say the skin is kind of holding up here. I don't think I need to. I think I'm going to postpone the facelift. I think I'm going to do it. Brad Pitt had such a beautiful facelift. Everyone is doing the facelift. Did you see Kris Jenner? I saw a photo of Kris Jenner the other day. She looks younger than Kim. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen. That face. The guy is Dr. Stephen Levine, one of the two. And this guy's a baby face. He's like 30-something, early 40s, and he's a doctor, plastic surgeon in New York, and he's doing all the big ones. Rumored to have done Lindsay Lohan and Christina Aguilera. Women far too young to be getting facelifts, I know, let's say it together, but holy crap, does this guy. I have to be honest. I mean, if you're going to get one of these things, the work is good. I don't know what Kris Jenner looks like she's 40. It's insane. Oh my God. Brad Pitt had a facelift? Oh yeah. Dude, come on. Take a look at the before and after. He had one of the best facelifts ever. Fantastic. Right before the F1 movie. Just moved to Maine. Yeah, okay. So the chat is alive on a bomb threat at Colby College, where I went to college, up in Waterville, Maine. And there was a bomb threat yesterday, and they had to evacuate Miller Library. Somebody sent in an anonymous email. There it is, Mayflower Hill, idyllic sort of setting. If you walk around the right side there of that building, as you walk towards it, if you walk around the right side, that was my freshman dorm, Johnson, over there. And they had a bomb threat. An anonymous email came in stating that the bomb had been placed in the library, Miller Library, as a precaution. They evacuated Miller and Bixler, which is like an arts and music center. Law enforcement came in. They had K-9 units come in. They found nothing credible during the searches. So they believe the whole thing was just a hoax. And they said the buildings were cleared and reopened by about 1 p.m. And then the giveaway line. Classes in those buildings were canceled for the day, and staff were asked to work remotely during the incident. Check the kids that don't want to go to class. Okay, there it is. Somebody called that thing in like, I don't want to go. Let's all take the day off. And you're going to pay dearly for it, whoever you did. That is the dumbest thing you could do, but I bet it's right there within the community. Anyway, yeah, I have many great memories. I put Colby College. Look at this. Is that a hell of a beautiful school? My uncle, George H.W. Bush, gave the graduation speech when I graduated Colby in 1994. That is Miller Library right there. And I'll never forget when my dad dropped me off freshman year, mom and dad said, okay, we moved everything into the room. My dad is a pretty funny guy. He said, son, because my dorm was literally right next to Miller Library. It was right around the corner there to the right. And he said, son, let's take a walk. I said, okay, Dad. A lad and dad walk. Here we go. And we walk straight to the library, and we go in the side door and up the staircase to the second floor where the main library is. And he walked in and he said, okay. It was just the two of us standing in the center of the library. And he said, look around. I said, okay. Yeah, beautiful. And he says, this better not be the last time you stand in this room between now and May. I said, I get it. I went in there like 2 other times. I don't know. It was not a great student. As my dad said, I was on the dean's other list. He used to think that was pretty funny. One time when we were initiating into the lacrosse team, my freshman year, I made the varsity lacrosse team, and we had to do, it was a famous, you can't do this anymore, a nude run, nude. Buck Rogers in snow, because the season begins in January indoors and the training. So we're running in work boots and nothing else, and everybody knows about it. So the campus comes out, and they're all lining the hallway of Miller Library, which has a tunnel that goes under it. There's a walkway that goes all the way through, and so there's a gauntlet of people and lots of ladies, and I'm just like, oh my God! I mean, and it's cold. I mean, it's January. You're running in work boots. It's like, oh my, the effects of a light switch, if you know what I'm talking about. A Tic Tac is it's not good. I mean, can someone heat the library? Woo! I never forget. I don't think they can do that anymore up there. But we survived it. Colby College, great place. God, I missed it. Some of your best buddies there. Colby guys were always a bit nuts. Yeah. Well, we were up there, we were really, when you're stuck up there in the hinterlands, you got to make your own fun. I lived off campus with, what a story, nude lacrosse, rude lacrosse, rude. I don't know. We used to have, it was innocent fun though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, Wednesday, October 1st, you guys, Bradley Cooper got a facelift. He got a bad one? Did he? I mean, he and Brad Pitt are such good friends. I don't see why Pitt wouldn't have said, use my guy. He'll give you an amazing run. Not rude. Okay, Mary. All right. See this? We keep up with each other. Steve is really hot on the button. Billy, nude running in the cold. Chrissy, yeah, no. I mean, I just can't. I would never do it today. Never. But back when you're, when you're 20, 19 years old, what was I, 19? Just stupid. Wednesday, October 1st. Okay, guys, what the hell's going on here? We've got a government shutdown. It's happening. I'm supposed to get on a plane Saturday. That's going to screw me up. Yeah, this is a big gamble by Chuck Schumer. I don't know if it pays off. The airports, here's how it affects us. The airports, they're open. Air traffic controllers, TSA employees are part of a group deemed accepted, which means they must show up to work. They're not getting paid. They will get paid later. We can all expect delays. Like, do I cancel this trip to I don't want to sit in an airport for hours and hours. Who am I blaming for this? I'm definitely blaming someone. This is a gamble by Chuck Schumer, right? And he got screwed. The last time he played ball with Trump, it was March, and Trump was just elected president 2 months later, and he's just on a roll, and Schumer's like, I'm not challenging him. I'm not shutting down the government. Right now, Trump is on some kind of tear. There's just no way we win that PR war. He's factored that he can win it this time, and they have to take a stand, even though it means $1 trillion more spending. He has to take a stand on what Trump is trying to do here, which is roll back cancel these subsidies to the Affordable Care Act. Look, I mean, that Democrats aren't wrong, I don't think, in that, healthcare costs are going to go through the roof for lower income people. I don't know. Those are the subsidies. Yeah. Yeah, it's over the subsidies, I believe. And also, the Democrats are just kind of figuring, well, Trump will just do whatever he wants anyway. Like, why are we even, like, if he wants to claw back, congressionally appropriated spending, he's going to do it. He did it with USAID. He'll do whatever he wants. But this is Chuck Schumer has factored in that he can win this stand. So the airports are going to screw us. Postal service, mail delivery continues. So you'll still get your bills and your Halloween cards. Law enforcement agencies like ICE and the DEA will continue operating. There's no way that Trump's going to let the ICE guys go home. National parks mostly closed. Some could stay open. without the visitor services. So if you want to escape, museums, they close within a few days of a shutdown usually, but at least, everything comes to life, right? Night at the museum. No one's there to watch them. I kind of like that movie. Am I allowed to shout out my daughter's birthday, who's 23 today? Absolutely not, Michelle. This is not a place for you to say your daughter's 23 and happy birthday to your Riley. No, you can't do that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Riley. Happy birthday to you, kiddo. You got a great mom. Listen to your mom, whatever she says when she tells you to eat the vegetables, Riley. I want you to do that. Okay? Don't go, eating all the crap and everything. Don't drink too much. Okay? Pick a nice boy. Like a nice guy. Speaking of ice, holy shit, the ice protests in New York. This is just, what the hell is going on? Everything is, nothing is black and white. The two political parties in our country are crazy. It's all black and white. We're totally right and they're totally wrong. It's not possible. The answer is somewhere in the middle. That's what's going on. This is going on in New York yesterday. All these journalists have been there. They're like, we were getting pushed by ICE. Well, to get out of their way. Okay, here we go. More confrontations in elevators and in lobbies and government buildings and on we go. Big earthquake in the Philippines. Did you see this? It was, sorry, not that. It was this. Oh my God. 6.9. Oof, magnitude of 6.9. 60 people dead in the Philippines. God, all the stuff that's going on in the world. Oh my God, these poor people. Look at that split in the road right there. Can you believe that happened in Los Angeles so many years ago? It's just incredible. We feel terribly for them. So what do you think about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban? Like, this is, it's getting interesting. I'm reading all these quotes. Now the surrogates come out, now the Nicole's hurt and feels betrayed. Betrayed. It's an interesting word. Betrayed by what? Source close to Nicole says, according to People magazine, it's devastating to her. She's shocked. She did not want this. She's been fighting to save the marriage. She's pissed off and hurt that he won't try. So a Nashville friend said he's been cheating for years on tour. I listened to this New York Times writer who was reminiscing about a profile piece he did on Keith Urban like a few years ago. And I saw him online. And he was just like, a couple of years ago, I sat down with Keith Urban and you could feel he was extremely tense about any questions about his wife because she, she casts a big shadow. And so he would be like, look, I'm not talking about Nicole. I'm doing a tour here. We're out there. He's a successful country artist and for sure. He's no chump. And he's like, but stop asking me about Nicole. And I get it. When people are with Nicole, I guess people ask Nicole about Keith, but not as much. She casts the bigger shadow, and I think he's just like, and she works all the time. She didn't want this. She's fighting to save the marriage. I remember reading a quote. She said, back in April of 2024, she said to People magazine, I'm so lucky that I have Keith, who's just my love, my deep, deep love. That gives me the ability to go and do whatever I have to do because I know where I can come back to. Something about that. Is that taking him for granted? He'll be there. He's my deep love. Now I can just go and keep working and keep traveling and because her work schedule is, I mean, it's the most prolific I can think of today. I can't think of anyone else who stars in more series successfully than Nicole Kidman. So, can you have it all? Can you have it all, ladies? That's the question. Nicoletta wants to know, why is it his fault? We don't know. We don't know if he's been stooping on the road. When you're that apart for that long all the time, I mean, this could be just elementary here. When you're always apart, you don't have communication. And I know this, whatever relationship I'm in, and don't think of me as a bad person, I just don't want to sit on the phone all the time. You know, there's the obligatory check-in call. And it's like, you're just sitting there and so you do. And I don't know. But maybe if the relationship is incredibly connected, you can't wait to get out of that restaurant, wherever you are in whatever city, get back to the hotel and get on the phone with your honey boo. Not honey boo boo. She was in an accident, I heard. That's terrible. She was very rude to me when she was a kid, but then she came back as an older person not long ago on the set of Extra, and we had a nice chat. Yeah, I just think the communication's gone, right? Does any adult believe that touring artists don't get up to no good? I mean, I don't know. You got all these beautiful roadies out there, and they're like, hey. Except I'm going to say this, like I couldn't do that. And I mean it sincerely. I'm nervous enough with the person I'm dating that to be like out there on a one-night stand. A one-night stand to me is beyond intimidating. I just wouldn't. How do you get to that level with somebody who you just met and you don't know? I mean, I don't know. Who's Keith's new squeeze, Darcy says. I think that deserves exploring. I do have friends who are like, they just, they see it as a sport, as like, I don't. I mean, it's like nothing horrifies me or terrifies me more than that. And by the way, you can't perform without a connection, right? I mean, I'm just, unless you're like Adonis, the great, lover, that you have such great skills that it's okay. Because in my world, women especially, they're not going to relax and be in that moment with somebody that they don't know. So the kind of woman that does is not the kind of woman I want to be with. Amen. Steve, on the other hand, oh my God, he was like such a Lothario.
Stop.
Around with his tight lycra spandex pants and long poison metal rock hair, and all the girls in school just throwing themselves at Lothario Steve.
You can't refuse it.
You're
it
very
was the
wrong.
time, wasn't it?
What?
Long hair and purple spandex. You couldn't refuse it.
Guys, can you see Steve just running around in his 1980s metal rock pants and just hooking up with everybody? David Lee Roth, yeah. Steve is hot. I'm putting this one up, Steve. American Dreamer said that you're hot. Steve, when's the last time you heard that? Does Letty, your wife, tell you enough that you're hot? Because do I need to call her?
Nah, my wife's very good to me. And
Steve's avoiding problems later. He's like, hey, she's very good. Very good.
I'm spinning now.
Turn up the volume on the speaker. Steve, American Dreamer said that Steve is hot.
Oh, she'll be listening.
She said, boy, would I love to. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that.
She's listening on the way to work right now.
What? Steve, did you ever play Phil Collins on your drum? Says Mama Drum Roll.
It's the top 5 drum fills you learn, right? The middle of In the Air Tonight. Da-dun, 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 da-dun,
oh, I love that.
Yeah. It's top 5 drum fills.
My favorite Phil Collins song. I don't know why we were talking. You know what? Richard in London, English Dick, was saying that he We went to a Phil Collins concert. Why were we talking about Phil Collins? How did that come up in the chat before the show began? That's interesting.
Oh, that's right. He saw Phil Collins' son play, I think, but I'm not sure how it started.
Oh, he joined the band. You know what I love? My favorite Genesis or Phil Collins, I don't know which one it is, but it's "So You're Leaving in the Morning on the Early Train." What song is that? Da, na, 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 na.
I have no idea what you're singing.
Yes, you do. So you need
Can't Stop Loving
because I
You.
can't stop loving
Stop
you.
loving you.
No, I won't stop. Matthew McConaughey says, "Nice guy and good man are two different people. Good man, when defending ideals, is not a nice guy." What does that mean? Nice guy and good man are two different people. Good man, when defending ideals, is not a nice guy. Oh, yeah, you got to step up and be unpopular for what you believe in. I agree with that. Yeah. Steve is a nice guy. And he's a good man. You know, I can hear the speech. I mean, you know, you've got daughters, Steve. I don't know. I mean, I'm not, we didn't plan on doing this, so you can just tell me that, you know, not here, not now. But I mean, have you given the speech? Have you given the talk and that kind of? I had to give that to all three of my girls. My ex-wife Sydney said to me, "This will be more powerful coming from you, so you're on your own." And I went, whoa, 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 whoa,
whoa, whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa! We're giving the talk to girls, and it was at 14 years old. Each one of them at 14. Start with the oldest, get to the middle, and get to the youngest. But at 14, we had decided that's the time for the talk. And then she decided the talk had to come from me alone.
This is so interesting.
Because when you have this moment with your father, you don't forget it. Like, it's just, I could, in one ear, out the other with me. I was like,
oh boy.
So
how did that
each girl I took to a 14 karat jewelry store in Beverly Hills. God, I did not plan this. And my guy, Ron, in there, I went in and said, okay, each daughter came in. I said, now you get to choose a ring. Choose a ring, but only in this cabinet over here, not the other cabinet here. And, oh, great, Dad, that's so awesome. You get a ring. I say, okay, now you can't wear it yet. I'll give it to you in a minute. So I put it in my pocket. We go outside. We go to a cafe or to a bench. Each one was different. And I say, this here is, you wear this ring until you find the person with whom you're in love. I said, all the boys in school are going to try to get as far with you and your friends as they can. And it's not because they're bad people. It's because they are uncontrollable little hormonal machines. They're little lab scientists who have no guardrails and they don't know what they're doing. Their instincts, they're following their impulses and their instincts, but they aren't thought out. And they're not bad people. They're just wired that way. It's your job to have to regulate that for them. So you just have to, this ring is a reminder that you are worth it. You are worth it to wait until you find that person with whom you love. And I'm not going to tell you when that is because you're going to know. And they were like, whew, okay, can I have the ring now? This is very awkward. And by the way, I'm sitting there crying my eyes out at this rite of passage in this huge moment. I'm bawling my eyes out. And they're like, yeah, this is so weird. Oh God, give me the ring. Oh, anyway, that happened, Steve. I'm ahead of you in this front.
Now you are. Both. And Abby turns 15 next week. So I think I'm there. But I know that
in the Bushman. I now do it as a service. I'm I'll give you a discount because of how
oh boy. I will say that we were watching or she was watching a trailer for the Liam Neeson Naked Gun movie, which is now streaming. So I was watching it last night. And there's a scene that refers to Pamela Anderson, and it's like like she's going down on Liam, but it's all silhouetted.
Yeah.
And Abby's standing there watching it with me, and it was the most awkward, like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing worse than when you're watching
It
with your
was so
daughters.
awkward.
When you're watching, Kim, do they still wear the rings? Absolutely not. No, they wear other jewelry. It's like a $400 job. You know what I mean? They have them, I think. I mean, I'll check with each one of them. But my oldest daughter started a thread between dad and 3 girls, and it's called heiresses. That's funny. Heiresses. Yeah. Okay, good. Billy and Steve, do you watch The Landman? I think it's just called Landman. Billy, have you ever interviewed Billy Bob or Sam Elliott? Oh, God, yeah. No, Billy Bob and I go it's so many interviews over time. I really love Billy Bob, and I interviewed him for Landman, the first season of it. Yeah, I absolutely adore Billy Bob, and every single word that comes out of his mouth in Landman is precise. Taylor Sheridan, another one of his series, he got together with Billy Bob and just said, trust me, you want to do this. I'm going to write for you like you have never been written for in your life. Every word is laugh out loud funny. It strikes a nerve. I don't know. It's so good. And I do love Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah. Skinny little man. Not much of a set of butt cheeks on him. I'm going to say that. That's the only thing. He grew up an hour from me. Did you ever used to drive by, Amanda? Amanda, why do you have Ruth Bader Ginsburg with a crown on there? You down with RBG? Yeah, you know me. Sling Blade. Oof. So awesome. Oh, what's this? This is cool. Wait. I like this, Josie. Josie, that's my daughter's name. Hey, babe. Did y'all see the Bay Area woman launch a Find Mr. Right campaign with her Marry Lisa billboard? She got so many applicants. She did her own The Bachelorette. Wow, Steve, make a note of that. Let's see if we can find her. That's awesome. I just saw something about this very liberal feminist, writer, and she saw this young man stand up in an Iowa courtroom defending his 2 mothers. He grew up with 2 moms, lesbian mothers. And he's standing up in front of the state legislature going, you guys are putting forward some legislation that is, that is against the values of whatever. He just stood up for them. There was some kind of anti-gay thing going on. And she said, oh my God. And he was so eloquent the way he spoke in front of the state legislature. She wrote this blog the next day, Marry Me. I forgot what the guy's name was. And he emailed her the next day and said, I saw your article. Hi. They got together. They've been married 4 years. How crazy is that? Marry Lisa. Look at you, girl. Take that big. Take it up. Let me see Lisa. Look at you, cutie pie. Aren't you nice? Is that your billboard right there? That's her. South San Francisco, marrylisa.com. Can we screen share? Should we pull up there and see if that's pretty amazing. Wow. Oh, there's so much interesting stuff here. Yeah. Let's see. Linda, are you still close with Kit Hoover? Yeah. You need to have her on the show. Maybe no kidding. Bring back one of your best outfits from the past. You know what? Steve worked with Kit and I back in the day. We had some of the best Halloween. We will go through. I have pictures of all of. The thing about Kit was she would wear anything. You could put her in any suit, any whatever, and she would do it. Did not care. I think one of our best of all time was Bruce and Chris back when they were married. Kit as Kris Jenner and me as Bruce. The wardrobe people and the makeup people pinned my eyes like they put actual hairpins. My face was so pulled tight. Oh my God. Yeah. God, I love dressing up. So funny. So much. Look at all this action. So much commentary going today. Jimmy Kimmel is filming across the street at Brooklyn Academy of Music. Oh, have you gone to the show, Eileen? You're in Brooklyn right now? That's totally cool. I know last night they did a switcheroo. So Stephen Colbert was a guest on Kimmel, and Kimmel was a guest on Stephen Colbert. So they got to interview each other about their cancellations or Jimmy's suspension and very quick reinstatement, and Colbert's cancellation. So Kimmel said how he found out about his suspension. He said it was about an hour and a half before the show, and ABC executives call him. He's backstage at the El Capitan Theater, and the ABC exec says, look, we want to take the temperature down here a little bit. We're concerned about what you're going to say tonight. We've decided the best route to go is to take the show off the air. To which, when Kimmel said that, Stephen's audience started booing like crazy. And Jimmy goes, yeah, that's what I did. I started booing at them. And then he told his team, everybody at the show, ABC's pulling us for tonight. We got to send home the audience. The audience was already seated and ready to go. And Kimmel said, I thought it was over. I thought literally they're canceling the show. We're done. And in the following days, he likened what happened to getting a DUI in Los Angeles. 3 days in jail where you can't say anything.
Bill, I'm going to put up how Kimmel announced it, but I'm hoping you'll do your best for everyone here, Trump impersonation, when you read this. Here we go.
Okay. Kimmel said, be sure to watch No Talent Jimmy Kimmel on Colbert. Very boring Stephen Colbert on Kimmel in Brooklyn simultaneously tonight. 2 guys, 1 time. No Talent Jimmy Kimmel and very boring Stephen Colbert. It is funny. You've got the humor rules the day. Trump cannot keep up with either one of those men on the humor front. There's no question, but he can troll with the best of them. You know, everyone's going crazy about this AI video that Trump put out with like mariachi bands and like making Hakeem Jeffries like this Mexican guy. And it's just a shit show. And he doesn't care. He does not give a shit. Donald Trump is the Howard Stern of politicians. Like back in the day, Stern could get away with absolutely anything he wanted to. Any other disc jockey would be fired like a dog if he did it. But Howard, different standard. Trump doesn't care. That's the thing. You can't cancel someone who does not care, who does not ascribe to your cancellation rules. I'm not playing in that field, so you can't cancel me. Plus, the only people that can cancel a politician are the voters, right? They vote for you or they don't. What's this? Mark Wahlberg and Jimmy Kimmel are fighting? For real? No way. Oh. Wahlberg's conservative. He's quiet MAGA. Pretty sure about that. Back to the Trump thing, Sherry, you're right. It was a deep fake, of course, and he put words in. The original post was he put words in Chuck Schumer's mouth saying, look, guys, everybody hates the Democrats now. We're a bunch of losers. We're pandering. I mean, it's one of those deep fake AI videos. And here's the problem. It is funny. Like you can't help but laugh. And it's like the problem is the Democrats don't fire back with something else. They just, that's not fair. And then they just look weak. You got to learn how to play him, but I don't know. I don't think anyone can compete with him. He's the best troll that ever hit the internet. Our president is the #1 troll in the world. It's something. Oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy. My parents were Democrats, blue collar, hardworking back in the day. It was very, very different. Well, I'll tell you, not only was it different, it was exactly the opposite. The two parties have switched their positions entirely and taken each other's platforms. Now the Republicans are the working man's party, right? The blue collar party, the middle class working people, that's the Republicans. And the snobby, sort of elitist, out of touch Ivy League, party are the Democrats now. How have they done that? They've usurped each other's platform. It's crazy. Billy, what are you doing to me? I don't know, girl. What are you talking about? Billy, you did a great job holding it together on the Jim Acosta show. Even though you were devastated on the inside, it didn't show on the outside. You look a little perturbed, just slightly. Yeah. Oh, I was perturbed. All right. Yeah. Yes, I was. Trump wants to deport Ilhan Omar, remove her from Congress. Listen, if they're going to deport any of them, I mean, if someone had to get pulled out of Congress, I would look the other way when they pulled her out. Sorry. I hate people who just shit on America. You know what I mean? Like, fix it from within, but don't shit on America. You're very lucky to be. We're all lucky to be Americans. Speaking of which, oh my God, I got to share some news here. But first, Howard Stern was the only one doing it. Yeah, nobody cared. He was just for entertainment. Now he's more serious. I don't like it. He's gotten a little, not entertaining. Well, I mean, you can't play lesbian butt bongos forever, right? At some point, Howard is 70 years old. The lesbian bingo or whatever he did, all these games, you got to grow up. And he's been afforded the opportunity to evolve, just like Jimmy Kimmel. That's another really interesting point. Jimmy Kimmel used to do the Man Show with Adam Carolla, and they used to end every show with girls jumping on trampolines. You know what I mean? When you had a radio show, that was the intro we would hear. Billy B, what are you doing to me? Oh, really? You mean back at Z104 in Washington? That was the intro to my show? Billy B, what are you doing to me? I don't remember that. Wow. Oh, shit, Jackie. Jackie hits it right between the eyes. Acosta was a test on the journey. Read what I wrote you on Tuesday morning's video. Did I fail the test? I think I did. Oh, shit, Jackie. I know. The voice has been like, don't respond, keep going forward, 2 feet in the future. But when someone fucks with you like that, I'll tell you what the regret is. Back in the day, I just took it. I just let everything happen. I just took it. There were people who did wrong, it was a fight between NBC and Donald Trump. And somehow they both agreed on it got agreed upon that I was the one to pay the price and then we'll move on. And I just took it. And so I said, I'm not going to take it next time. And so I punched this piece of shit right back in the eye, and then you just move on. But I know I shouldn't have, maybe. Okay, moving on from that. Never again, literally, never again. We go forward. But I do agree with Jessica. You got to stand up for yourself these days. Absolutely. No one's going to do that to me again. My favorite part of that interview, Billy, was when you said, I don't give a fuck what they think I hollered and jumped up and down and yelled your name. I was composed. That is for sure. Now, this will be interesting because today at 5:30, one more. Oh, thank you. There's Kim. Yeah. Thank you, Sherry. Better version? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If mainstream TV is, I think a game show or something like that would be really fun. Just nothing but fun. You know what I mean? That I would return for sure. Let's see what happens on that front. But today at 5:30, I'm a guest on Bill Maher's podcast. So I'm going to sit with Bill at 5:30 today over at his house. They're so funny. They're like, they send a request form. The producer says, what would you like? Bill usually likes to have a drink and he likes to smoke during the interview. I think weed, right? Bill just smokes weed when he's like, so, as his guest, what would you like? And I said, well, I'll take some crack and some grain alcohol, and I'll see you at 5:15. And they're like, great, all good. I'm like, they might have it for me. So anyway, I do love Bill Maher. I find him to be such a refreshing voice and one I never expected to hear from. Never expected to love him the way I do when he finally, started calling out his own party and said, "Come on, we got to be better." He's been doing it for a couple of years. And he's just about as, I think he's pretty up the middle these days. He got a lot of shit for having that dinner with Trump. Bill and I will have good banter, yeah. I will say this. He was he defended me years ago when I was a guest on his show, and some Sirius XM comedian attacked me for some of my behavior in the past. He said, "How could you? You got all moralized on me." And Bill Maher goes, "Excuse me, hold on. You're a comedian. You'd never been backstage and heard someone say something a little off color. What'd you do? Take him to task?" "No, you didn't." And he just shut this guy down. And I was like, my man. I laughed my ass off when he brought his list of things to Trump of the insults. Yeah. This is the things you've called me. I live. Oh, wow. Look at this. Lynn, I live to hate Bill Maher. You live for it. Oh, my God. Hopefully, Bill Maher will let you answer the questions he asks. Why does he cut people off? I don't know. I've always liked him. I've always found him funny. Yeah. That's going to be a good show. I think so. It's going to be, look, I mean, the guy's he's a legend right now. No question. Have you seen this? Oh my God. In LA, we have the Waymo. I don't know if you guys in your city, if you have the Waymo, but it is, it's a fantastic thing. It's the driverless autonomous car. Recently, we had this golf tournament here where a whole bunch of teams came from Ireland. And we had, 6 from America, 6 from Ireland. And the Irish guys, I can't believe, they did the gag. I think I shared this. Did I share this, Steve, with the Waymo story?
Your airport one? No,
the Waymo story where the Irish guys who came.
Oh, yeah. You did. Yeah.
I did. Yeah. They put their buddy in a Waymo, a driverless car, and they controlled the thing, and they sent him to a gay strip club. And so these 2 old, Irish guys end up at a gay strip club, and they're like, "What the hell? Is this where we're going?" To which one says to the other, "Yeah, what's one drink?" No. And so they go. And anyway, here in LA, I mean, a Waymo got pulled over for making an illegal U-turn, which is hysterical. Look at this. And the cop pulls up. It's like the Waymo decided, which is scary, like, is this going to happen, more and more? Like, was that a glitch? It made an illegal U-turn, and they went up to give it a ticket. You can't give a ticket to no driver. So we got that to deal with. All right. Keep your hands. Have you been? Oh, shit. It's a Waymo. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Write a ticket to whom? Crazy. Have you ever been in a Waymo, Steve?
I haven't. It might be time.
You got to go. Mama says, I have a few people I'd like to put in a Waymo to send them to a proctologist.
That's good. The Kimmel Waymo thing, which we played here, is the most hysterical Waymo.
Oh, when he put his Aunt Chippy. He picked up Aunt Chippy Kimmel picked up Aunt Chippy in a Waymo. And there was a driver, and he was like, I just got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And she goes, okay. And she's sitting in the back, and then the Waymo takes off without him. And let's just say it's worth Googling. This is where Jimmy Kimmel can be very funny. Look at this. Driverless cars are wrong. A Waymo cut me off the other day. They got minds of their own now. I don't know. That's freaky to me. Right? That scares me. Oh, my God. I saw on a live stream that vandals beat up a Waymo. Poor car, didn't have a chance. They destroyed a Waymo. Well, and there's people destroying Teslas out there, or there was. And now a Waymo, like what did they do to anybody? Hey everyone, it's Lindy. We'll have to catch the replay later. I hate missing the shows, but I'm currently at Disney World. Maybe I'll track down Blake Lively. Hope everyone's well. If you do, put a camera on it. We want to see a picture and share it with us. Send it to Steve. Oh my God. Disney World, Disneyland. What is the difference? Bigger Disney World. I've been to both. Oh my God, I'm so glad my kids. Although you don't want time to go on, but I'm so glad that they're older. Those Disney World trips. I remember one time I was so hungover at Disney World. I went out with a couple of friends and my brother-in-law, and we, my wife was like, "No, you go." And we went out and got so hammered. And the next day, I used to be a little hypochondriacal back in the day. And I thought I was having a heart attack. I was just completely dehydrated. And so I'm like, I think I'm having a heart attack. My ex-wife is going, "You are not having a heart attack. Stop it. We're going on the rides. Drink water." I said, "No, I'm having a heart." And I snuck to the back alley, like through a gate, and I had to call the paramedics. And they came and they tested me. And the guy goes, "Look, dude, did you go out last night?" I go, "Oh, yeah, we did. Huge." He goes, "Did you have some caffeine this morning?" I said, "Yeah, I should. I think 2." He's like, "You're really dehydrated, pal. And that's just caffeine, the palpitations. Drink a ton of water for the next hour. You'll be fine." I'm like, "Okay." I'm so embarrassed. Could you not tell the woman out there with the baby stroller that's the case? Oh my God. Yeah, I had a hangover yesterday and the rides were brutal. Oh boy. You know it. Steve, it's a busy day today.
It really is.
It's a
We got a show to
busy
put
day for you and I. It's a
We are
busy
fighting
day.
to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault.
You're just clicking buttons now, Billy.
It's just funny. I mean, this is like, he's saying this is an outrage. This is bigoted. This is whatever. And Trump does not care. He puts a stash on him. He puts a sombrero.
We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican.
It's so funny. I mean, come on. They can't answer that. You cannot out-troll a troll. He's the best troll there ever was. Oh my God. Anyway, busy day. We will get into so much. Please open the government before I fly on Saturday. Please, please, please. Okay. That's it for us. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll tell you all about my time with Bill Maher. Lots to report on. Have the best day.